Let me be clear. Athletes in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s were drastically different than athletes from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and on. This goes for all sports, including football. I am not talking about the sport where a bunch of Europeans sprint around a grass field for 90 minutes. I am talking about the greatest sport ever made, real football. Or for those non-American bums, American football. A commenter recently said that Otto Graham was the GOAT. The first and biggest issue with this is that you are comparing a guy who played against plumbers, taxi drivers, mechanics, and construction workers to a guy who played against modern athletes who train with far more efficiency and tenacity, and that's putting it lightly. There is no world in which an NFL player from the 50s is going to match up with an athlete today. NFL athletes have access to cutting-edge training equipment. They have specialized coaches for every aspect of their game. Today, they have pass game coordinators, special teams coordinators, strength and conditioning coaches, defensive backs coaches, wide receivers coaches, assistant offensive line coaches, football research analysts, and so much more. This is in addition to the sport being so big today that it has gotten far more competitive. There are 7th graders, 6th graders, and even booger-picking grade schoolers who look like fucking world-class athletes. The pool of potential NFL players has gotten so competitive that only those with elite genetics and high-level coaching from a young age even have a sliver of hope making the NFL. The fact that high schoolers like Dylan Raiola are being trained by Patrick Mahomes' private quarterback coach Jeff Christensen should tell anyone that the level of athlete you have to be just to get a combine invite is on a whole other planet. Back in 1947, it was the head coach with 2 to 3 friends he knew from the local bar to assist whoever the head coach happened to be. Again, this is why you don't compare pre-Super Bowl era players to post-Super Bowl era players. Anytime you have to use plus or adjusted based stats where 100 is always average, it's either baseball or it was too fucking long ago. Let's not even talk about the idea of NFL championships. They don't matter anymore. NFL championships are obsolete because all the players that have won one are either dead or are extremely old. It's also harder to win a Super Bowl than an NFL championship. You have to play more games before you even get to the Super Bowl, which increases its prestige. Yes, prestige matters. That is what determines the value of an award, title, or anything you win in a sports league. The NBA actually showcases this perfectly. That joke of a league created a shittier version of the actual NBA playoffs referred to as the in-season tournament. The rules and regulations are stupid and convoluted, so I won't even get into them. Rest assured that this tournament only exists because the NBA is desperate to maximize profits, so they will try any ridiculous idea to accomplish that goal. Does the in-season tournament matter to players' legacies? Do the fans give a rat's ass about who wins it? Fuck no. It's a brand new concept that hasn't built prestige yet, so of course it doesn't matter. If it goes away in a couple years, it'll never matter. The NBA Finals, however, that is critical to a player's legacy in the NBA. All the old heads talk about Michael Jordan being undefeated in the NBA Finals. Due to his achievements in that format, MJ was able to create an international brand and become a billionaire. That's the fucking difference between the Super Bowl and an NFL championship. So let me ask the question again. Do NFL championships matter to players' legacies? Well, they did until the Super Bowl built up more prestige than the NFL championship ever had. So the next time anyone tells you that some dude with a corny-ass nickname like
Automatic Auto
was better than the legendary Tom Brady, politely remind the old fart that TB12 has won 7 fucking Super Bowls and to put some goddamn respect on his name.